brother. It's great seeing you, man. How has 2025 been for you going into 2026?
2025 was an amazing year. And by the way, good to see you. It's been a while. um, 2025 was an amazing year. I not only got to release my 11th studio album, but also I got to produce an artist that I love from Mexico. Her name is Lila Downs. And the first single from that album is coming quickly. I think it's at the beginning of February. So that was my first major label production, for an entire album. I haven't done tracks and stuff like that. Since I won the Grammy, people are coming at me for production, and I have my own studio. I had to make a studio, so I finally gave in and, make myself a studio in Smithers, BC, where I live in the Latin music capital of Canada, Smithers, BC. And so it was amazing. It was amazing. Now I'm just enjoying the fact that that my album Indole came out so beautifully, and I am so passionate about it. But also, Lila's album is beautiful as well. So this year, at least I have music, to calm me down. Let's put it that way. You know,
Before I go back to the album, so how many Grammys and Latin Grammys do you have?
I have four Latin Grammys and one Grammy.
When you wake up in the morning and you walk by and you see those awards, like what are your thoughts? Because there are people who will never even get a nomination, let alone be able to come to this prestigious event. How does it feel when you see yours just sitting there waving at you, everybody going, yeah, we're family now?
That's a beautiful question. I'm very grateful for that question because I tell you, with time, it kind of becomes even more important, and even more mysterious and how you get there, how you got it, all of that. I am at a moment now where I'm really valuing the fact that I've been able to do this from Smithers, BC, from where I live. Because as you said, it's not an easy thing, So I'm like, what is it? Maybe I work harder than everybody else. What is it? And that is a beautiful thing that goes throughout time. I guess time will answer that, to me, But I feel an immense pride and an immense sense of, I don't know, validation, of what I done. And I feel that I can talk to other musicians and say, I guess music is like any other art form out there. It's not a joke. You gotta really mean it. You gotta really own it. It's not because I want to become famous tomorrow. You have to really own it and let then life give you I guess what you deserve. The more you give into it, the more I don't know, the more it should give you back. You never know.
Definitely, definitely. When was that album, this last album you were talking about, when was it released?
In November,
That's what I wanted to make sure. Can we talk about this album, please? The name of it and how it
absolutely.
represented you at this point in your career.
Absolutely. I the way I've been putting my albums together forever, it's always been like I've never been a concept sort of musician, like, oh,
Yeah,
I want to do an album about this. I wait for cues, certain cues from the universe, and those cues come to me in form of melodies, So I'm sound checking, I don't know, in Toronto, whatever, and all the time it sounds beautiful. I'm in love with everything, and all the time, boom, a melody comes to me, right? Hey, I put it on the phone. So when it's time for me to do an album, and having said that, some melodies come more, complete than others, right? When it's time to make an album, then I go back to my phone and dump everything to my computer and start listening. And then something sparks, and boom, here we go. I am engaged in creativity, and a wave comes. Halfway through the album, I realized that it had a strong Afro-Cuban basis or bass. And I said, "Holy man, this is more than I've done in other albums." I mean, I am a I like to inspire other artists to see the freedom that art could give you. we are allowed to step outside of our culture. If we have a reason for it, we are allowed. If it comes to you, it's for a reason, you know. Music that sounds a little bit country or whatever, it's for a reason. If it comes to you, might be that you moved, you changed location, and now you're letting your new country get to you, which is what immigration should do. We should all integrate, you know, where we go. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
In order to live together. Otherwise, we stay separated.
Yeah.
So, but halfway through this album, I'm like, what the? Oh man! And then I realized that he wanted to do that for whatever reason. The universe was telling me, hey, it's time for you to honor your ancestors, you know, way back there in Africa, you know.
Mm.
So I went deep on it and I did fun things. I am very proud of the opening track of the album. You got to listen to it because I'm featuring the Cuban or the Latin Barry White.
Yeah.
You remember this is super low voice? A percussionist, which is, in my opinion, the best percussionist in the world. His name is Robertico Vizcaíno Jr. He's Chucho Valdez percussionist. He's 27 years old, and the guy is killer. We did a tour together, and then after the tour, we kind of you know got to very close, and then so we were talking every day and sending jokes back and forth on WhatsApp. And one day I'm thinking, dude, tell him, dude, what you're so young. You behave like you are like an 80 years old man. And he said, don't tell me, man, don't talk about that, man. I think I have this spirit, really old spirit that follows me. But the way he said it was dope, in my opinion. And I grabbed that audio and I made a song with it. And then I made him sing. And so that was his introduction. I made him sing. But unbelievable. So that's the opening track of the album. And then the album from there goes into an evolution, ends up, landing you in my singer-songwriter world. Just the guitar and vocal sort of guitar is the last one. But I'm very happy. That kind of tension, that kind of pressure, let's put it that way, in the life of an artist, that you have to produce the top of your game every step through, it's really it's really strong. Not every artist is able to really stand that, you know what I'm saying? So I am very, very proud of this 11th album. 11th album, and
Wow.
God's still sending me music. So go figure.
Yeah, but here's where the situation comes in. Now you got to perform for this live for us. And I know you're doing tours. I know you got a show, I think it's February 5th around in this area. What's going on with this tour? What's happening?
Oh, I haven't done a tour like this in Canada for a while. The
Hmm.
last one I did was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was very successful. It was a tour that opened up a lot of doors for me, opened up a new way of Alex Cuba bring what I do on stage, and proving that I don't know, for as many years I've been in the game, there is still new things to try, new things to go for. And I went for a solo thing 4 years ago, and man, it did turn some heads. I remember playing the Knack in Ottawa. In the coldest night. Somebody said this is the coldest night of the century, about minus 43 that night,
Oh,
and the show was
ooh.
very close to sold out. So I had about 1,000 people there, and time stood still inside that place. And then when I got back to the hotel, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't that night. I couldn't sleep because my social media was exploded with messages. People telling me I seen you. That was my eighth time that I see you. And dude, holy shit, that was my favorite show of yours. And what I realized that what it is that is two people artistically. That is practically two people inside of me. I am, because I was a musician for a long time.
Mhm.
Bass player, guitar player. That is one, that Alex, that is a musician, and then something that kind of ignited and developed is the Alex Q, a singer-songwriter, right? On the other side. So when I'm with the band, and we are grooving, whatever, you are most likely to see present the Alex Q musician, But when I am by myself on the stage, doesn't matter how large the place is or whatever, a whole different thing because this Alex with the guitar and his voice is out to get you, to engage with you, to make you have a great time, and that's what I've been enjoying lately, and that's the way I'm doing this tour again. I think there is some more, still some some more of that for me to do. Let alone that I think I am the only Latin act in Canada that is doing that. And I
I
am
believe it.
very proud of that because what could seem to some people a weakness, like at this point in my career, I don't need to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't need to save money. I can do whatever I want. But I understood that what it could seem as a weakness, but it's not. It's a superpower that I am forever happy to put on the stage. I am in Vegas. I'm talking to you from Las Vegas right now, playing here tonight at the Smith Center myself on stage. So I'm looking forward to bring some magic, bring some love, bring some reason for living, some love for life to Canada, on this tour. I think in a moment like this, it's more important than ever for people to experience the magic. It's as it was done from the beginning, mm, naturally.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Music is being bombarded with all kinds of technology. Our forms are being really threatened with technology. I'm gonna come to your town on my own, my guitar, and I'm gonna move. I'm gonna touch your heart. Just me. Let's do it.
Cannot wait. What's the rest of 2026 looking like when we head into spring, summer, and fall?
It looks like I'm going to start hitting Spain quite a bit, second half
Ooh.
of this year. It's a market that I haven't maybe put as much attention as I should, Um, but yeah, it seems like I have, we're starting to build a tour there. Also, I'm gonna watch closely the development of course, of Lila Downs' album. She chose a song that she invited me to sing with her on the album as one of the singles for the album. So at some point I'm gonna be going down to Mexico to shoot a video and to promote that. But it was quite the pleasure and quite the honor for me to produce such an amazing singer, And thing that I'm most proud of, I'm gonna tell you here, quick, just you and I, don't tell anybody, okay? Don't tell anybody. It blows my mind, how Latin America is looking at Latin music created in Canada. Because the reason Sony Music Mexico came to me because they love the music that I put out. And where is my music created? Right in Canada, in the heart of BC, North of British Columbia. So that is something to be proud about, which links me to the Latin Junos. I mean, sorry, to the Junos having Latin music category this year for the first time. What's up? Hey, yeah, man.
I cannot wait. Do you think you're going to make it to Hamilton for the Junos?
Um, I think, I don't know yet, but I can tell you one thing. The Junos are on my birthday this year,
Ah,
March
fantastic.
29th. March
You got
29th.
to be
So
there then, man.
I might be. I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to say yes, but chances are I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I hope you are there because I'm going to be there. Look, always love and respect. Thank you so much for making time to speak with me, and congratulations with the success.
Oh, my pleasure, man. The pleasure. Thanks so much. Always a pleasure.